Billy. She's still on.
Vicky?
Yeah. When I went to her room, I went to the ICU and they were stripping her sheets. I have no idea where they took her.
They told us she was out of danger. Now, they probably just moved her to another floor.
I've got to find out what happened to her.
Ryan.
Ryan, I don't know if Stephen has recovered from the trip, but I couldn't stay in that hotel another second. Now, Victoria's not in her room. Where is she?
Donna, I was hoping that they had given you some news.
News? What do you say?
The Coreys are not going to be happy to see you.
So, Carl, the rumors were true. You are still among the living.
My flame is not so easily extinguished, Rachel.
Apparently not.
Though there was a moment, if you recall, some time back when you did make me doubt my immortality.
That Halloween prank was not meant to harm you. It was only meant to teach you a lesson.
And indeed it did. It taught me to cherish each new day, each and every breath. Yes, I think it's safe to say that I'm a better man because of you, Rachel.
So you've come to make amends?
I've always admired your perspicacity.
And I your instinct for survival.
But no one has received me thus far with such civility. I do thank you for that.
Don't touch me.
Please don't call security.
What do you want?
I'm here to make you a proposal that I trust you will refuse. Calling the police would be pointless. The kidnapping charges against me were dropped by the Canadian authorities.
And how did you manage that? Through bribery or extortion?
There is no evidence. There's no evidence against me, Rachel.
There never is.
You know, one day, you will change your mind about me, as will the rest of Bay City. You'll come to accept me, and possibly, someday, even admire me.
You'll hold your breath waiting, I hope.
Well, the irony is that I may be your only hope.
Is that supposed to be funny?
You need an ally. A powerful ally to help you fight off this hostile takeover.
Ah, you want to be my white knight?
I would prefer Dragon Slayer. Yes, I would relish the opportunity to chop down Spencer Harrison.
I'm sure you will.
You see, I know what Spencer and Jake have been up to. Inciting labor unrest. Buying up shares of Corey stock, secretly hiding behind a shadow corporation called Distant Sun. Rings a bell? Yes, it's a name that very aptly fits the Harrison clan. It will be a joke, but for the fact that my own flesh and blood has been sacrificed in the process.
And this is where you get your revenge?
No. This is where you get to keep what's rightfully yours.
And how do you propose to do that? By doing away with Spencer and Jake?
It's hardly my style, Rachel.
Oh, yes, that's right. You're cleaning up your act, aren't you?
I am not proposing that we do anything illicit.
Well, that would be a first, wouldn't it? You've overstayed your welcome, Carl.
What if I were to tell you I have what you desperately need?
I'm not interested.
We have more in common than you think, Rachel. Like you, I too have been making investments for the future.
Get to the point.
My most recent investment has been to purchase 10% of Corey Publishing stock.
What?
Well, you've known that someone else was buying up Corey shares, apart from Distant Sun. Well, naturally, I wanted to keep my transactions anonymous. I'd hoped to come riding in here at the last minute and rescue a damsel in distress.
Just because I let you take me home does not mean that you get to walk me to my door, and I don't remember anybody asking you in.
Which is very rude. But I forgive you, Sunshine.
Should have taken a taxi home from the restaurant.
A taxi won't pick you up in that neighborhood.
Speaking of which, I do not believe that I let you talk me into eating that rot gut.
Rot gut? Rosa makes the best paella in Bay City.
Well, now I have a stomachache.
What's the matter? Are you afraid of a little spice?
Spice? No, I don't think so. I eat jalapenos like they're peanuts, but that stuff was atomic waste.
Oh, wimp. You want me to check under the couch?
What for?
You know, for that guy who sent you the telegram at the wedding. You're afraid he's gonna show up here, aren't you?
No.
Yeah, it's best not to take any chances when you've got an anonymous admirer.
Look, I do not need a bodyguard, all right? Would you just can the machismo stuff?
Look, if this dude shows up, how are you gonna protect
I've
yourself?
been doing fine since I was 12 years old. Now, I don't need your help. Good night, Victor.
Oh, come on. Look, I saw the way your face changed when you got that telegram. I've never seen a white chick get so white. It was scary.
Well, then you had a cultural experience. How very nice for you.
You know, I wish you'd tell me what this guy's name is. I'd warn him to stay away from you. Now, are you gonna be able to sleep tonight?
The minute you leave.
You want me to check upstairs?
Oh, now there's an idea. You can check under bed, and while you're at it, maybe you'll give the bed springs a little romp, right? See if they're okay.
You know, I am shocked that you would characterize my worrying about you in such a cheap and stereotypical manner.
Well, if the shoe fits.
You know, the least you can do is make me a cup of coffee for making such a crass remark.
That is the oldest line in the book.
Oh, come on, I'm being social.
You're trying my nerves.
You think I'm a sexist pig because I asked for a cup of Java?
Yes, I do think you're a sexist pig. One, because I saw you with Anita, remember? And two, because the only Java I have is instant, which I'm sure is a little too white bread for your fiery Latino tastes. And three, I only offer Java, or as we say in my country, coffee, to my dates, of which you are not. So I just don't want there to be any confusion between us as to what really went on tonight.
Oh. There's no confusion, Sunshine. Make no mistake. When we're on a date, you'll know.
Ryan, tell me what's happened to Victoria.
I don't know. I went to her room, she was gone, and they're not telling me where she is.
What about Grant? He's her husband.
Grant's missing too.
I am sure there's a good reason.
I knew I should have gotten here sooner, but Stephen was so tired from the trip. I just wanted him to have a nap. And I promised Victoria I would bring him to her. Now, he wants his mother. What am I supposed to tell her?
Done. It's gonna be okay. Find out what's going on.
Have you seen Bridget and Marley?
They went back to the hotel as soon as the doctor told me Vicky was out of danger.
Out of danger? Well, then she's fine.
That's what I've been trying to say. I think the hospital probably needed the ICU room. They moved her to another floor, and the senator went there after.
When was the last time you spoke to Grant?
Grant and I aren't exactly on speaking terms, Donna.
Oh, so that's what this is all
No,
about.
that's... Right now, the only thing that matters is Vicky. So you and Stephen stay here. I'm gonna go find out what's going on. Come on, Billy.
Excuse me.
Mommy's fine, sweetheart. We're going to
Are you Donna Hudson?
Yes, I am. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Bernheimer, Mrs. Harrison's new physician.
Where's my daughter?
She's with her husband. Come, I'll take you to her.
All right, but I have to leave a message for Ryan.
No, please, there's no time. We must hurry.
You are totally cooked if the Coreys find you out here.
Sue me here. I just came to tell you I was all right.
So tell me what happened.
I don't have time.
Oh, come on. What happened in the cave in Canada? And why did the senator shoot his wife?
I have to get out of here before Mrs. Carter gets back.
Listen, I helped you get out of Ryan's office before the police got there. I took the rap for you.
You told me you were gonna tell the police a story.
I did, but they didn't believe it.
So what? You got arrested?
I got a suspended sentence. I only spent one night in jail, though.
They put you in jail?
Oh, it wasn't all that bad.
Damn it. Should never have left you alone. I never meant for you to get into trouble. I'm sorry.
Listen, it's not all your fault, okay? I did my share of breaking and entering, too.
Whatever you did it for me.
Yes, but you didn't ask me to come to Bay City. I wanted to.
Stop.
Quick!
Close the lid. Just close the lid.
Is that you, Maggie? But I heard voices.
Yeah, that was me. I was vocalizing. I do it all the time before I swim. It helps the lungs.
Have you seen anything suspicious or anyone?
No, why?
Well, because we just caught a reporter posing as a groundskeeper.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not, so Rachel's decided to beef up security.
How do you mean?
What I mean, my dear, is that the entire estate is going to be under 24-hour surveillance. Any movement on or off the property will be very carefully scrutinized. So I think perhaps you'd better come inside because we want to lock up the house.
Wait a minute, I didn't get a chance to take a dip in the pool.
It's very late, isn't it?
Well, just give me 5 minutes, please, Iris.
Well, hurry up, for heaven's sake. I want the full family's cooperation on this.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You cannot leave tonight.
I'll have to find a way.
Well, you can't risk it.
Look, I have to get out of here. Now.
I have a better idea, okay? Come on. Come on! Don't you trust me? Will you please trust me? Come on.
Well, no boogeyman under the bed.
Oh, well, I'm so relieved. Now, why don't you check the trash chute on your way out?
You want to put me out with the trash, huh?
Don't tempt me.
Now, you could start by dumping half the stuff on your walls.
Really, you're not a connoisseur of postmodern art?
Postmodern, is that what you call it? Looks more like hacked up body parts, if you ask me.
Well, I'm very handy with a machete.
Oh, I should get going.
Gee, what a shame.
You know, before next time, you should practice on some real coffee, Colombian or at least Guatemalan. You're right about my Latino taste buds. They are very highly developed in a wide variety of areas.
Real subtle, Rodriguez.
Thank you for an interesting evening. That was a wedding, or should I say non-wedding for the record books.
Yeah, Jake really outscanned himself this time.
And I've never seen a bride be so emasculating. You sure you and Paulina weren't separated at birth?
Good night, Victor.
Yeah. See you around, sunshine. Felicia, what are you doing here?
Well, I was about to ask you the same thing.
Well, we didn't expect you in from the coast till tomorrow.
Well, I couldn't wait another day.
How you doing? Did you go to your AA meetings while you were up?
Oh, yeah, every night. And mornings, too. I mean, sometimes.
Oh, so, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
I think I hear a voice out here. Hi.
What were you expecting? Cher?
Maybe.
Hi, baby.
How did the whole Perry Mason
Oh, it
go?
was exciting. It was fun, exhausting. But I didn't mean to turn it into, the case of the missing mom. So here.
For me?
Yeah. You said you wanted a present from me, so I made you something in rehab, arts and crafts. It's my portrait. So, greetings from the pink cloud.
Oh, my God. Are the earrings real?
No.
Well, I love it.
Good. I suppose that Victor was telling you what a rotten mom I am for not coming straight here from rehab.
Well, actually, your name never came up.
Listen, why don't we go inside and I'll brew us up a little coffee, huh? Come on in. Victor, close the door behind you.
Yes, I gotta see.
Yeah, I hope I'm not interrupting anything. I'm not, am I?
No, not at all.
Good. Where's Kevin?
I don't know.
Don't look at me.
So what's going on here?
It's a really nice hat. Is it me? So what made you come home a day earlier?
Well, I missed my girls.
You did, huh?
Yeah, I did.
I thought you would have gone to see Jenna first.
Oh, I'm sure Jen is just fine. It was just real important that I see you today.
My 10% of the stock added to your family's holdings, plus the vote from the loyal shareholders, should give you a majority.
Why would you even consider helping me?
I wish to repudiate Spencer Harrison. Much as I imagine you would like to deliver the coup de grace to Jake McKinnon, now if we collaborate together, we will prevail over our enemies.
Speaking of enemies,
Yes, Rachel. Yes, I admit that we too have had our moments.
it's all blood under the bridge.
That's very good, Rachel. You inherited your sense of humor and your courage from your mother. I was very sorry to hear of Ada's passing. You must miss her.
Let's keep my mother out of this.
She was an extraordinary woman. Quite implacable when it came to certain issues.
She knew the difference between right and wrong. She just thought it was a very simple choice, that's all.
It isn't always quite so simple, though, is it? Are you not a bit more of a means to an end type of person, Rachel? Dare I say it, a bit more like me?
I'm not at all like you. I will never do business with you.
Rachel, I don't need to look in any of these folders to know the numbers. And it looks pretty grim. Now, when your back is right against the wall, and if you truly want to save this company that Mac built, then you will need my support.
I would rather make a pact with the devil.
That, of course, is your choice. But why not go with the devil you know?
We'll take off just as soon as we get clearance from the tower. Is Victoria ready for the flight?
I'll give her another sedative. She'll be fine.
Please stay with her and please keep me posted.
Grant, what's going on?
Stephen, all right?
He's fine. He's just exhausted. I'll calm him down.
I'm glad you both got here in time.
Where's Victoria?
I had a hospital room set up on board.
I want to see her.
No, she's all right. She's with the doctor now.
Is she really all
Last time
right?
I saw her, she was sleeping. Please, she's fine. She's gonna be just fine.
Would you tell me what this is all about?
The doctors all agree that Victoria's condition had stabilized, that it was perfectly safe to move her.
Where? Where are we going?
Donna, I want her to have the best possible care there is. I've retained the services of Dr. Bernheimer. She specializes in the care of patients with Victoria's condition and given her complications.
What
There might be any
complications?
chances- As you well know, she suffers from sporadic loss of feeling in her legs.
And that's very serious.
Temporary. There was no damage to the spinal column. She can get the treatment she needs at the clinic we're flying to.
This is just so sudden. Did you tell Marley and Bridget?
We can call them as soon as we're airborne.
I want to see Victoria.
No, she's with the doctor right now.
Oh, and Ryan, I want to call Ryan, and he's very concerned about Victoria.
Certainly, we certainly will let Ryan know.
Why didn't you tell him?
Because there
that-
wasn't time. I had to move. Now, I'll be responsible for notifying Ryan, but he'll have to understand this was all for the best.
Everyone in this hospital's giving me the runaround, Billy.
Ryan, it just seems that
No one will tell me where Vicky is.
At least we know Vicky is okay.
Okay, we don't know anything. She's missing, Billy. How can we know if she's okay or not? Have you seen Downer, Stephen?
No, I have not.
Great, that means they're probably missing too.
No, they could be in the bathroom. Maybe they went back to the hotel.
Wanna bet on it, Billy?
You know, you're right. I mean, this does seem to be a little suspicious.
Yeah. And I know who's behind it.
Do you think Grant would go through all this just to cut you out of the loop?
Yeah, I think he would. Damn it, I can't believe that I actually told him I still love Vicky.
Well, you did.
And when she's better, I'm gonna fight for her.
Well, looks like Grant's got one step on you. Because he's already started fighting back.
This is a stupid idea.
Perfect idea. The wine cellar's on the other side, so no one comes down here.
How do you know?
Because I'm perfect at underground situations. I hang out here all the time.
All right, well, I'll stay here for a few hours, and I'll leave when everybody goes to sleep.
You can't. That's when the security's gonna be the tightest.
I set up the security system. I know how to get past it.
Why risk it, though? I think you should really wait till the Corey stockholder meeting is finished tomorrow. I mean, they'll ease up on the security.
And what am I supposed to do in the meantime?
Well, I'll bring you food and stuff. Come on, let me take care of you. You do the same for me.
All right, just for tonight.
Great, because we have a lot of catching up to do. You owe me a lot of explanations, big guy.
What are you talking about?
Oh, for starters, like, why'd you come back to Bay City when you know they have a manhunt for you?
I still have to get the third key. The key that Carl Hutchins has.
Well, why are you at the Corey's thing? You already have Matt Corey's key. Unless there is another reason, like Paulina.
Now, you're not seeing the bigger picture. This will work.
I will never be your ally.
Then I shall wait.
You might as well get in bed with Spencer.
And do what? Perish the thought.
You're two of a kind.
Please don't compare me to that pox-ridden, febrile old man.
I hit a nerve.
Spencer Harrison is responsible for much of the pain in my life.
And you brought none of it on yourself?
Yes, of course I have. But he took my son, and knowingly, he raised him as his own. And then he turned him against me. Now he shall pay for that.
I have no intention of getting mixed up in your blood feud.
You already are, whether you like it or not. And sooner or later, my dear, you're going to have to climb into bed with someone.
I think it's time you left.
As you wish. I would like you to know that my intentions toward you and your family are perfectly honorable.
Oh, right.
They truly are. I mean, why are my motives always so misunderstood?
Because you have a history of torture and deceit.
In the past, maybe. But I've resolved to change, Rachel. And therefore I must change people's minds. I'd hoped to start with you. But I won't waste any more of your time on what must be a most difficult night.
Wait.
Please tell me you've had a change of heart.
You got a thing for Paulina.
Be quiet.
You know, at first I thought you had a thing for Amanda when you took her to that party. But no, I'm sure you have the hots for Paulina.
You're definitely cracked.
Well, take my advice, okay? If you want her, go after her now. Make your move.
Just drop it, will you?
I think Paulina has the hots for you, too.
Paulina is gone.
Where?
She had to get away from Jake.
Oh, so you have talked to her. Now it makes sense. You should have seen her at the wedding, though. Oh, unbelievable. The way she rabbit punched Jake. What a fist.
I told her that she was making a big mistake.
You care about her, don't you? Why won't you go after her?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Listen, Ian, I just think that you need someone in your life right now.
That sounds strange coming from you.
Yeah. Okay, I admit it. At one point in my life, I wanted you all for myself, but now I can see that just won't work.
You can say that now, can you?
Yes. Well, listen, you're just way too old for me. And don't say I told you so because it sounds really obnoxious. But we're just too much alike, you know? We'd end up driving each other up the wall. And we have different needs. Like, you need someone to settle you down, and I need someone to just let me be free.
And you've found the perfect partners for both of us.
Well, mine, anyway. You sort of met someone.
Who?
A guy.
A guy your own age?
Well, yeah. Well, close. Not really, but the point is that he's into music, and when we sing together, we are totally amazing.
Well, I'm glad you found yourself a boyfriend.
Well, we're not a couple yet, but we will be, just like you and Paulina. Hey, do you want me to give her a good word on you?
Listen, just drop it. I don't need somebody in my life right now.
Oh, right. I understand. I totally understand. You know, you gotta finish your father's work. I just don't think your father would want you to be lonely.
You want to do something for me?
Anything.
Go get me some food.
Men. All the same. Food before feelings. Ugh. Ew.
Jenna wasn't at home, so I left a message on her machine.
Oh, well, I should get going.
Oh, why don't you stay for some coffee?
No, it's not my brand.
Well, it isn't going to kill you, you know. So, really, there's no reason for you to leave.
No, look, you and your mother have to do the family thing. Now, will I see you at an early meeting, Felicia?
Yes, I wouldn't miss it.
Oh, good. Oh, I may have found you an AA sponsor.
Same old Victor.
Yeah, he's a real piece of work, ain't you? Here. Thank you.
Listen, I meant what I said about that cigarette stench.
Please, drop it.
Well, if you need my help, you call me.
I understand that, but tonight I think I'll have enough that I can deal with my mother.
Well, I can help you with that, too. Now, you have my number.
Mm-hmm.
So what is Victor doing here at this hour?
Nothing. Just drop me off.
And where's Kevin?
I don't know.
What are you trying to tell me? That something has happened
We
between you?
split up. It was my idea. It's actually for the best, and I really don't feel like talking about it.
So that's why you're seeing Victor?
I'm not seeing Victor, Felicia. We went to Jake and Paulina's wedding together. They said he helped me in the kitchen.
I really shouldn't have missed that.
Yeah, my catering debut.
Well, that too. How was the wedding?
Well, actually, it was a non-wedding. See, Paulina found out that Jake was in cahoots with Spencer and that the whole Harrison Foundation was merely a front and that those were the ones who were trying to take over Cory Publishing.
God, poor Paulina.
God, you don't know half of it. And then we had all these hors d'oeuvres. We had to, like, give them away.
I don't understand that Jake and Spencer.
Well, you know, I think it's because they just hate Rachel. And quite frankly, I don't blame them.
Lorna?
Look, let us not ruin your homecoming with all this bad news.
You know what? I missed you.
Yeah.
I did, sure.
I mean, you were gone for 3 weeks, and we kind of expected you to come home after rehab, but then you sent Bo Wexler from Hollywood. I mean, well, what was that all about?
I don't know. After I got through my recovery program, I felt good. I felt energized. I wanted to show the whole world that the old Felicia was back. And, well, Bo offered me this guest spot on a Perry Mason, and I know it was impulsive, it was fun, but it probably was very irresponsible and wrong of me to do.
Why wrong?
Because I should have been here when you needed me. I could have maybe been a support to Rachel. I could have helped you with this.
It is not your responsibility.
I'm your mother. I care about what happens to you.
No, the
Lorna.
only reason you came back is that you can go into your old mother hen routine.
You know why I came back? Because of something I read in the paper today. Something that scared me to death. Carl Hutchins is alive. And what happens if he comes after you, Lorna?
He isn't going to. Don't worry about that.
Oh, I will worry about it. Because as long as he's around, nobody is safe.
Have you changed your mind, Rachel?
This isn't a business association you're proposing, is it?
Perceptive.
What do you want with me?
You may laugh at me. Acceptance. Respectability, even.
You're the second person that said that to me today.
For me, it's true.
Oh, I'm sure you think it is. I'm sure Jake thinks it is, and I think you're both delusional.
I'm hardly a killer.
You both want to destroy me, my family, and my company.
10 years ago. Yes. But not now. I want to help, and if we work together, we can bury this hood from Lassiter and that dropsy of a father figure.
I will bury Jake and Spencer myself with the help of my family and my friends.
Rachel, let us be friends.
It will never happen.
I'm not doing this just for myself, you know. It's as much for Ryan.
Ryan? Haven't you done enough to him already?
I've done nothing to him. Nothing. I never heard my son. I need my son to accept me as his father.
You can't buy love and respect from Ryan from me.
Help me. Help me make a start. I'll do whatever it takes.
You should be having this conversation with Ryan.
He barely speaks to me. Please accept my offer.
It's out of the question, Carl.
Just be seen with me in public. A drink, perhaps. I mean, a conversation would be lovely, but even that isn't necessary. To the world at large, it would appear that you've accepted me. It would be a beginning. It may mean something to Ryan.
Reconciliation with Ryan can't be bought with me or shares of Cory's stock.
What else can I do, Rachel? I look at you, I think of Ada. I know that you've suffered a great loss, but you get to honor her memory. And you will, each and every day of your life.
She earned that honor every day of her life.
But I would like that. I would like what Ada has given you. What you have. I would like my son to think fondly of me and honor me after I'm gone.
It may be too late, Carl.
No. No. I'll never subscribe to that. Look here, Rachel, you and I are not getting any younger. What we do now is for the next generation. You want to save this company and give it to it rightfully belongs. And I want to give my son a few memories from a father who loved him.
Then sign your stock over to me. I will make sure that Ryan knows about it.
Yes, I thought about that, but it's too obvious. You know my motives.
Carl, I have no intention of associating myself, my company, or my family with you.
Well, that is, of course, your choice. Please think this over tonight. You can change your mind right up to the last moment, right up to the moment that the vote is taken tomorrow. And just give me a sign. Just nod your gracious head.
The last thing you need to do is worry about Carl Hutchins and me. It's ancient history.
I hope so. He hasn't been here, has he?
No.
And he hasn't tried to contact you at all?
No. Now, please, will you stop worrying about
I
it?
can't help it, Lorna. I know how unpredictable and how dangerous he really is.
Yes, I do too.
Honey, he will do anything he has to, use anyone he has to get what he wants, and you know it.
I was on intimate terms with the man.
So was I. So we both know what he's capable of.
That's right, and I know how to handle him.
Honey, I know how badly he hurt you.
Can we please change the subject?
Okay. You want to tell me about what happened with Kevin?
Gee, Mom, it is so good to have you home.
I know if you broke up, I know it has to be upsetting to
No,
you.
not particularly.
This really was your idea?
Yes, he wanted more than I could give.
Which, loosely translated, means that you were just a little too afraid to make a commitment. Isn't that it?
You really have been in California.
Admit
haven't
it,
you?
Lorna. You were afraid.
Can we just drop this?
You know, sooner or later we're going to have this conversation.
How about later? You know, you're always telling me that I'm covering up all this hidden pain inside, of which in this particular instance there is none. And what about you? What about how you really feel?
How do I feel?
I mean, didn't they teach you how to open up to your pain and
They
rehab?
taught me that, believe me, more than you even know.
Right. I know why you came home tonight and not tomorrow morning. Don't think that I forgot what day it is today. Because I didn't. Because as soon as Victor was gonna leave, I was gonna call you up in LA.
I wasn't sure if you would remember.
How could I forget finding him?
It's hard to believe that it's been a year ago since your father was shot. You know, sometimes I can't believe it's been that long, and other times it feels like it happened just yesterday.
I know.
I didn't want you to be alone tonight, baby. I was afraid you would be, and I didn't want you to be. So I don't want you to worry about anything, all right? Because we're going to get through this together. Okay?
I swear, if Grant puts Vicky's life or her health in danger again, I am gonna take him.
You what? You'll humiliate Grant at his next press conference? Or maybe start to fist flying at your next family reunion? Or how about this? Why don't you go all the way and just blow his brains out? That make you feel better?
No, of course it wouldn't, Billy.
Well, then wake up before this feud between you and your brother gets out of
Billy,
hand.
what Grant is doing is wrong.
Says who? Vicky is Grant's wife. She's his responsibility in a medical situation. Come on, you know that's the law.
Yeah, well, if it is Billy, then he's overstepping and he's taking advantage of his position.
You said so yourself. Grant loves Vicky. Now, do you really think he'd do anything to put her life in jeopardy?
No. No, I'll tell you what he would do. He would take control of the whole situation. He'll throw his power around, and when he does that, Vicky gets hurt.
You don't know that to be a fact, Ryan. It could be a legitimate medical reason why he had her transferred.
Like what? I can't think of any. No, I'll tell you what he's doing. He's worried that his marriage is falling apart, so he's circling up the wagons, Billy.
Who cares? when Vicky's healthy, she'll make her decision about the marriage. In the meantime, you gotta concentrate on getting your head together.
How can I do that when Vicky is still missing?
I'll tell you how. You concentrate on helping me track down Ian Rain and making sure you got a job to go back to in Bay City.
Right now, I don't give a damn about Ian Rain.
Ryan, you find Ian Rain, you find Carl Hutchins, and you start to kick out some of those demons that messed up you and Vicky in the first place.
It's not gonna work, Billy.
It will work if you put your mind to it. Look, I just spoke with one of my friends in Canadian police. They have reason to believe that Carl Hutchins crossed the border. Now, if Carl is stateside, that means Ian Rain is probably following him. Are you coming back with me or not?
Sorry, Billy, I can't.
Ryan, you gotta. It's the only way I can prove that you went AWOL for a good reason. Unless, of course, you want to go on suspension.
I've got to find Vicky tonight.
You don't even know where to start looking.
No, well, they couldn't have gotten far. And I need to find them before they get anywhere.
How's Victoria?
She's deathly pale, and she's so still.
It's a sedative. It slows her breathing and her heartbeat.
Are you sure that it's all right to move her?
Dr. Bernheimer assured me she'll be fine and she'll have constant medical attention throughout the entire flight.
And there's no risk whatsoever?
None. I wouldn't do anything to jeopardize Victoria's health.
I know.
I love her more than anything in the world. It's a miracle she came through the shooting. I just want to make sure that she gets well. I want to keep her with me. I want to keep her happy.
She's very lucky to have you, Grant.
You've been cleared for takeoff. I want you to come with us, Donna.
I'm not going to leave her side until she's well again.
I knew you'd say that, so I reserved rooms for you and Stephen at the clinic.
Thank you.
Sit down. Pilot won't take off until we have our belts fastened.
All right, now I want to call Marley and Michael and give them a number where they can reach
We'll
us.
do that just as soon as we're airborne. We'll let them know where we're going.
And where exactly are we going?
Rachel, there you are. I was just about to leave you a note.
I just got in.
Well, Cass called. He wanted us to know that Jake and Spencer are being extremely busy tonight.
Trading on the international markets?
Yes, apparently they're trying to add to their percentage of Corey stock that they control. A few hours ago, the numbers were too close to call, but now the scales seem to be tipping in the favor of distant sun.
Well, we know what they'd fight to the finish.
We can't let them get away with it. We have to stop them.
What would Mac have done?
Well, he would have taken action, of course. By the way, where have you been? Rachel, is something wrong?
You know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is the day that we used to celebrate our anniversary. Wouldn't it be ironic if tomorrow I was to lose everything Mac spent his whole life building?
Now, you listen to me, Rachel. We are not going to let that happen. There must be something we can do to stop them.
Well, Lita. From the appearance of things, it looks as if we've had a visitor.
Who did this?
Well, from the clumsy look of the place, I would say Mr. Ian Rain.
What does he want?
Something that belonged to his late father. And I'm sure he'll be back. Well, in the meantime, Ito, put everything back in order.
Shall we call the police?
No, no, please. I have some very important business to transact here tomorrow. Nothing will stand in my way.
Ian, I cannot stay here. Rachel's home and Iris is here too.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yes, what's the story? Where do you think the third key is?
You just go up to bed, all right?
Well, the way I figure it is, Ryan couldn't possibly have the key because his father's still alive. So that leads us to one solution. We have got to get to Carl.
I don't want you getting mixed up in this again.
Well, Ryan's father is going to expect you to go over there, right? So I figured that I could just go over and talk to Carl myself. Sweet talking.
You stay away from Carl. He's a dangerous man. He's killed before, and I'm not going to let that happen again.
Thanks, Doc. Right. Okay. I appreciate it.
Billy, I gotta get out of here, okay?
No, hold on. Listen to me. I got some information you need to know.
Okay, what is it?
I just got off the phone with the chief of staff of the hospital. I got him out of bed to find out what happened to Vicky.
So where is she?
That's good news. She's transferred to another medical facility.
Which one?
Well, they wouldn't say which one, but the senator, he assured me that the senator is given the best possible medical care.
Great, so in other words, what you're telling me is that you struck out too.
No. At least we know she's okay. Now, what'd you find out?
I found out that Grant called up the airport, he had his private jet prepared, and he took off 10 minutes ago.
All right. Did he follow a flight?
No, they wouldn't give me that information.
Look, I'll lay odds he either went to Washington or Bay City, which means we are wasting our time here. Now, we gotta get back to the States. Come on, we got work to do.
I can't go, Billy. Not until I find out where Grant took Vicky, okay?
Ryan.
Victoria slept through takeoff. The doctor says she's fine.
Good.
There's nothing to worry about, Donna. It's water.
Thank you. Well, you haven't answered my question yet. Where are we going?
Bernheimer is affiliated with a state-of-the-art recuperation facility in a peaceful setting in the mountains.
The mountains? I thought you'd be taking her to a major center in Washington or New York.
I don't want her near a city. You know how relentless the media can be. I won't expose her to that. She needs privacy and she needs comfort. She needs to be surrounded by family.
Of course, you're right.
I love her, Donna. I pray to God she realizes just how much.
She will. So, where in the mountains are we going? California? Colorado?
No. Much further than that, I'm afraid. We're going abroad. To a place where Victoria can have peace. And where no one will find her. Until she's well.
The Channel 4 News now brings you First News on the Scene at 5. First News, First Forecast with Bill Hall. It's on the Scene at 5, weekdays here on Channel 4. Hey, Mid-South, you said you wanted more news and weather, plus entertainment and fun on the morning show. Well, you got it. Watch the new Channel 4 Morning Show, weekday mornings here on Channel 4.